Hey guys, it's Brett, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to our channel. I'm here with my recent warm reviews of quite a few collections. So it's a warm review extravaganza. So I'm just gonna put these all together. I was gonna do separate videos, but there's just so many. I just thought, let me just do it all in one video. But I am doing it separate from my what I've been warming, because if it was just one collection or so, I would just put it with my what I've been warming, but that was long enough as it was. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do a separate one of the recent LTOs that have came out within the last month or so. So I have the Disney Signature Treats collection, finally doing my warm review of those. I have the Sugar Chalet bars, warmed those. I have the Scents of the Season collection, warm reviews here. I have Christmas Vacation, the Griswold bar, what is it called again? Griswold Christmas. And then I have the December Scent of the Month, Snowflakes and Sage, also I warmed. So I'm gonna tell you all about those real quick. I'll try to be real quick. I'm gonna try to be quick, let's see. Let's see if I can do it. So I'm gonna try to go with the oldest and kind of work my way to the newest. We're gonna talk about the Disney Signature Treats first. So I warmed these through and I did the first two. I got these right before we went to Chicago. If you watched our Chicago vlog, and I warmed two of these bars there in Chicago, and the house that we rented our Airbnb, the house we got there. And then the rest I warmed when I got home after that. So first up, let's see here. What am I gonna talk about? I'm just gonna go in order of my favorite, or least favorite to my favorite. So my least favorite, number 5, would be the Disney Mickey Mouse Cinnamon Bun Bash. Scent right here, and I got the notes, so I'll read the notes to you. Cinnamon Bun Bash is sweet cinnamon baked pastry dough and vanilla glaze. Goodness sake, it's little. Let me get my phone out so I brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, sweet cinnamon baked pastry dough and vanilla glaze. So this one, you guys, okay. This one, to me, I like it, but there's something about it that I don't like. It's so crazy with this one. And I immediately get it right when I smell it. I don't know what it is, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay, so I get a little bit of that. I do get a little bit of that sweet cinnamon pastry dough, kind of like a cinnamon bun, vanilla glaze. You kind of do get that, but when I smell it, I'm getting urine. I get urine with this. I get a urine-y smell. I have not heard anybody else say that. Brad says that I get that kind of a smell with so many things. And I don't think so. I know I did, like in the peach, which was the peach one for Bring Back My Bar, that had that cat pee kind of a smell. And then the certain tree scents will kind of have a little bit of a ammonia cat pee kind of a smell. Sometimes if they have an ammonia smell, it comes off kind of like urine. Sometimes more specifically cat pee. This I don't think smells like cat pee. It smells just, oh, like a real sour urine. I don't know, guys. I totally get that. Brad didn't get that, but I get that. Especially on cold. And then when I warm it, that came out a little bit. But underneath that, I'm getting that good kind of baked pastry dough, cinnamon, vanilla glazes underneath that. And then sometimes when I was warming it, I'd be like, okay, I don't really smell that. But then other times I'd like walk into the room and I'm like, oh wow, I smell that sour urine-y kind of smell. But then later I wouldn't really smell it, and I would smell what I smelled underneath that. It was really good. It's not like it smelled like straight up urine, or I wouldn't have been able to warm it at all. But it's in there sometimes. It's something that's giving me that kind of a feel. Like now that I'm smelling it over and over, it's calmed down some. But initially when I haven't smelled it for days and I go and open it up, that's the first thing that hits me a little bit. And it was kind of that way in warming, and it took me a while to get used to it, and then it kind of eventually kind of went away, type of a thing. But yeah, I couldn't get past that being in there. So because of that was in there most of the time, but not all the time, that's why it's my number 5. And I just don't think I could warm that again, just because I got that off and on. So it made me not like it. probably just me because I haven't heard anybody else say that. I think I did hear one other person say it smelled kind of sour to them. But that's what it smelled like to me too. And the urine. All right, so that's number 5. Number 4 is Churro So Sweet. And Churro So Sweet, the notes are cinnamon, sugar, and fried dough accord. So this was the one that a lot of people, including myself, when I smelled on cold, said it got like a jalapeno note to it. And it's funny because now that I'm smelling this on cold, well, it's gone out of here, but I don't really smell that. But I totally smelled it when I had the wax in here. But it did have like a jalapeno kind of smell to it. And even on warming, I still got that little bit of a spicy jalapeno thing going in there along with that fried dough cinnamon type of thing. It's not as much of a fried dough as churro has in it. I like churro way better, but this still has a little bit of that in there with that cinnamon. But then it's almost like a jalapeno churro or something like that. I was trying to think of any other like Mexican dessert that has like jalapenos in it. The only thing I could think of would be like Mexican cornbread, because Mexican cornbread has jalapenos in there, but then it's kind of sweet from the cornbread. So it's like kind of how Mexican cornbread is kind of sweet, but yet has got like pieces of jalapenos in there. So it's like spicy. It's like they have a churro, but like with little chunks of jalapeno in there, is what it seems like to me. But I liked it. I actually liked it when it's warming. It didn't bother me. It wasn't off-putting to me. It was a little bit strange because it was kind of a spicy jalapeno, and then you got the cinnamon stuff. It was like, oh, that's kind of strange, but it was a good strange. I liked it. I thought it was good. Was it my favorite? No. Was it a club-worthy bar for me? No. But I enjoyed it, and I would probably get it again sometime, maybe. Yeah, I thought it was good. It still smelled like jalapenos to me, and cinnamon and churros. That I liked it. So that's my number 4. Number 3 is Fruit and Hazelnut Waffle Delight. And the notes on this are fresh blueberry, red strawberry, and hazelnut spread. I enjoyed this. This is definitely blueberry, and I do get a little bit of strawberry in there. I'd say more blueberries than strawberries, but you do get that in there. And then you get a little bit of a waffle note. There kind of is a little bit of hazelnut. I don't know about like the chocolate part of like a hazelnut spread, because a hazelnut spread is kind of like just like Nutella. I could maybe get like hazelnut, but I don't get a lot of chocolate really. Yeah, I don't really get chocolate. It shows bananas on here on the front cover, and I don't get bananas at all either. I do get mostly blueberries, little strawberries, and like a little hazelnutty waffle type of a thing. But it's good. I do like that. It was really nice. I would say this performed about, it's a medium, a little strong medium in my bedroom, so it did good. And I don't think I said the churro so sweet. That was like a medium as well, a strong medium. As was the Mickey Mouse Delight. What is it? Cinnamon Bun Bash, sorry. Then number 2 is Candy Apple Delight. Was my number 2. And that is crisp apple, buttered caramel, and pecan sugar. Yeah, this is good. I think I really like these next 2, because these next 2 are the ones I warmed in Chicago. I always want to say Colorado. I don't know why. Probably because we've been to Colorado so many times. I always want to say Colorado, but Chicago. It was nice. I warmed these 2 there, so I think it was like, it reminds me, it was so, I was so excited because we were on vacation. It was just smelling so good, and these performed really well in that apartment, or not apartment, the house. These performed really good in there. So yeah, this is just to me like caramel apples. Pretty much just caramel apples, but there is a little bit of a perfuminess as well. I don't get a lot of pecans in there. It says pecan sugar. I get sugar, I don't really get nuttiness necessarily. I would say I get more caramel than apple. It's kind of a cross between like caramel apple craze and the caramel cider, salted caramel cider from the bricks. But I feel like this has got more caramel than the caramel apple craze, but it doesn't have quite as much caramel as the caramel cider from the bricks. Yeah, it's kind of in between there. And then it's got a little bit of a perfuminess thing going on there. Not a real strong perfume, but there's a little bit of kind of a perfumey thing. But it's nice, so I enjoyed it. And it was like a light medium there, even though I said it performed well. And some of these are actually a little bit stronger, but this was a little bit lighter. It was on the upstairs bedroom where we slept. I could definitely smell it in there though. But it smelled really, really good though. It just smelled really, really good. And this wasn't the longest lasting out of all of them because I had it going just in the evenings where it came back, I'd turn it on. And then like by the third or fourth day, it kind of died off and I didn't have it going very long each time. I probably had it going like 4 or 5 hours each time. So I'm thinking maybe this might last around the 10 to 15 hour mark, somewhere around there. But I did really like the scent though. Then number 1 is Glazed Almond Dreams. And the notes for this are sparkling cinnamon, warm almonds, and sweet sugar. This one is so good. Yeah, I really like it. It's very sweet, sugary, but you get a little bit of the almond nuttiness in there. Really nice. I've only warmed 3 cubes, and that was when we went to Chicago. I mean, it does kind of look like the picture there. I love when we go to certain places and they have those warm, like cinnamon sugar, the glazed almonds. It's got the sugar on it and they're crunchy and they're sweet and warm. That's kind of what it reminds me of. This performed so good. And the Airbnb, I had it going downstairs in my Simply Diamond warmer. I had 3 cubes in there, and then it was just like filling the living room area there, and it was by the stairs, so it was going up the stairs, going upstairs, and like when you went up the stairs, you could smell it right up there at the top of the stairs. So good, really strong. This lasted the whole time we were there, which was 5 days. So it kind of just died down a little bit on the 5th day. And one day I did have it going all day long too. I left it on while we went out so that way we come back and we could smell it. But the other days I just kept it on the evenings. Really good. So good, so pretty. Not pretty, but like yummy. I should say good and yummy. It's not pretty, there's no perfume or anything. It's just good and yummy, just delicious. Yeah, I like that. That was my favorite out of all of them. So overall, I think it's a decent collection. Some people say it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I kind of maybe agreeing a little bit as to where we thought, ooh, these are all bakery scents. We're going to love them all. They're going to be amazing. Some of them more than others. I thought maybe I was going to love them all just a little bit better than I did, but I like the majority of them. So that cinnamon bun bash had that off note in there to me, but yeah, pretty good for the most part. So I don't think I'm gonna, I'm not clubbing any of these, and I have another collection because I bought 2, so I think another one's enough for me. I don't think I'm getting the extra because I'm really trying to cut back. I'm trying to cut back on the amount of bars I add to my club because there's so many. There's these rest here that I showed. There's a lot of these other ones here that I want to put in my club, so I'm definitely not clubbing any of those because these other ones I like better. But even these other ones I like better, I'm struggling with not putting everything in my club. And even what I purchased more, I'm just trying to cut back on getting so much black. So I have one more collection. I think that's enough for me. All right, now let's go ahead and go over the Christmas Vacation Griswold Christmas bar right here. This is in the holiday collection. Fir Balsam, Winter Pear, and Holiday Spice. So I like this bar. It's nice. I like the scent. I mostly get that Fir Balsam. The pear is maybe in there just a little bit, and then the Holiday Spice just a little bit. It's not real spicy, and definitely not a lot of pear. But it's not just the Fir Balsam. It's definitely a little bit more than that. So it's probably just a touch of spice in there with the Fir Balsam and a touch of pear. I'd probably say I would maybe smell the spice a little bit more than pear, because I really don't get that much pear. But I think it is in there just a little bit. But mostly the Fir Balsam. It was nice. It wasn't real strong though. For me, it was like a light medium. So if you don't like Fir Balsam Christmas tree type of scents because they're usually too strong for you, I think this might be okay, because for me it wasn't real strong. So I think you might be all right. And But for me, I personally like them a little bit stronger. I don't get headaches from Christmas tree scents or anything, so this was a little bit too light for me, but it was still pretty and pleasant. And then it just didn't last very long either. It lasted maybe one evening, and then the next day it didn't last all day, so probably not even maybe a full day. It's not gonna last a full 24 hours. So yeah, it didn't last a long time. Usually Christmas tree scents kind of linger a little bit longer, but this one was a little bit short-lived. And not the strongest in the world, so okay, but probably not a great purchase for me on that one. Then we have the upcoming December scent of the month. We got this in the November whiff box. Snowflakes and Sage. Comes out December 1st. Fraser Fir, Cool Sage, and Ice Lavender. So we have the Had Fir Balsam in this one, and now we got Fraser Fir in this one with Sage and Ice Lavender. So on cold, I thought it was pretty nice. If you saw our whiff box unboxing, I got a little bit of sage in there. I think I get more sage on cold than when I warm it though, and just a little bit of lavender. But when I warmed it, it was nice at first. I thought, it's nice, I like it. I get mostly like Fraser Fir with a little light sage with some lavender. Kind of a clean, fresh tree kind of a scent. It was nice, and then after an hour or two, it started getting a little cologne-y. I'm like, now I'm smelling kind of cologne, which I'm not the biggest cologne lover, but it was still okay about that. It's leaning a little cologne-y for me, I'm not sure if I love it. Then probably another hour or two, I started getting a little bit of something off in here. I don't really know what it was. Just a little bit of a funky note in here that I'm like, what is this funky note? You know how that happens sometimes, you just start getting an off note in something? That's what happened to this one. And it was very off-putting for me. I kept smelling that. Every time I go in the room, I'm like, I get some kind of off note in here. It almost reminded me of, so years ago, when I used to burn mostly candles, the only wax melts I ever would do would be the majority would be I would warm Walmart wax, the Better Homes and Gardens and Sensationals wax. Well, those wax I warmed in my 25-watt hot plate warmer that I had from Ashland, it was from Ashland, but I got it at Michael's. The brand was Ashland, I think. Not a 25-watt bowl warmer, a 25-watt hot plate, like a 25-watt Element hot plate warmer. So that's really hot because mostly Scentsy's Element hot plate warmers are what, 13, 14 watts max or something like that. This was 25-watt hot plate warmer, so it gets really hot. Well, when you put that Walmart wax in there, it would burn it really hot, so it would be really strong, but it would burn out really fast. Like it would barely last probably a day at the most. But if you would leave it in those warmers for like say 3 or 4 days, sometimes it would just burn that oil off so much, and then it would just be this really kind of like a really bad wax kind of a smell, waxy and like sour and like just kind of funky. And you'd be like, oh, I need to change that. I need to turn those warmers off because I've had it in there too long. It's just the scent oil all got burned off, and now it's getting this really bad smell. I will say Scentsy doesn't hardly ever do that. No matter how long I let Scentsy go in my warmers, it never gets that kind of a burnt, not really burnt, but like bad smell, like bad wax. But when I used those other wax melts from Sensationals, Better Homes Garden, and Walmart in those really, really hot warmers, it would do that after so long. And I'm like, I gotta get it out of there because it smells terrible. That's kind of what this reminded me of. It smelled like wax that had been sitting in the warmers for too long. Along with the good part, but then that little bit of that bad, funky off smell was in there too, and like I didn't really enjoy it. So that's definitely not a repurchase for me. So it was a no on the Snowflakes and Sage for me. All right, now we're going to talk about the Sugar Chalet bars. These were all really good. So first up we have Goody Goody Gumdrop. The notes are spicy rainbow colored gumdrops with a crunchy sugar coating. So good. This is to me, so it does have the red hot cinnamon here. Like I said when we did our first sniffs, it's definitely got that red hot cinnamon here, but there's also candy. And definitely the crunchy sugar coating, but there's other kind of fruity candy things going on. So I feel like it's kind of like you have gumdrops with a sugar coating on them, because you definitely get the fruit. It's a bunch of different kinds, but then you get all different kinds of gumdrops, but then you have a whole bunch of the cinnamon red hot gumdrops in there. I would say the majority of them you have a bunch of mixture of all of them, but more of the cinnamon red hot gummies than you have the other gummies. So you're kind of picking up that red hot a little bit more than the others, but the other fruity gummies are in there. But you get mostly the red hot ones mixed in with a little bit of the other fruity gumdrops in the background, and then the sugar coating. So it's not like completely red hot, because you definitely get the sugar coating and sweetens it up, and then the other fruitiness is in the background of that cinnamon red hot sugar. That's really good though, so good. And I loved it because it's kind of sweet and fruity and a little spicy and sugary along with that cinnamon red hot. So good. It's just like gumdrops would be on a treat, but definitely has the cinnamon red hot gummies in there with it, with the other ones. Love that, did really good. It performed really well. I had it going down here in the Scentsy room for quite a few days. I didn't leave these on all day long, so it was mostly on the evenings, but it probably 4 or 5 evenings at 5 hours at a time. So what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yeah, it probably good. I don't know, I probably could have left it even longer when I took them out, but I had to warm some other stuff, so I took it out. It probably could last an easy 2 to 3 days probably. I don't know how it would last if you left it on 24/7 though, but it was a good performer. Then next up we have gingerbread hugs, which is fresh baked gingerbread, vanilla, and nutmeg. And goody drop in gingerbread hugs. Both are returning. They've been out in the past. I've never had them though, so this is my first time with them. This is so good. This is hands down my favorite gingerbread scent that Scentsy's had so far that I've smelled. This is such a good gingerbread scent. To me, this is like gingerbread, like a gingerbread loaf. Kind of like, if you remember Starbucks, I think, used to have this gingerbread loaf they would sell, kind of like they have their pumpkin bread loaf thing. Well, I don't know if they have it this year, I don't think they do, but they have in the past had a gingerbread loaf that had like white icing on the top of it. That's what this kind of reminds me of. Not necessarily gingerbread cookie, because I feel like gingerbread cookie is a little bit more spicy than like an actual gingerbread loaf is. Gingerbread loaf is a little bit lighter on the gingerbread, but it's definitely in there. But you definitely get like that bready kind of bakery thing going along with that gingerbread. And I feel like actual gingerbread cookies, like shaped like gingerbread men, they're a little bit spicier. And then you have ginger snap cookies, which are even more spicier. Those are the spiciest kind of gingerbread thing. That's like a real strong ginger flavor in there and scent in the ginger snap cookies. I think frosted ginger cookie from Bring Back My Bar, I feel like that one is very much like a ginger snap cookie. To me, I've said before, that smells just like you opened a box of ginger snap cookies. It's got a super strong, spicy ginger scent in that one. I don't think that's like this. This is a more bready, like gingerbread loaf type of thing in here with ginger. And then I feel like ginger cookie crunch that has like, it's kind of like cookies with like a little gingerbread in them, but not necessarily gingerbread cookies. Well, they kind of might be like a gingerbread cookie, but not quite as strong as a ginger. So that could be kind of almost like a gingerbread cookie, but they're not spicy like a ginger snap. Yeah, and then we had gingerbread cheesecake, was kind of a little light gingerbread too, with then a little slight creaminess and touch of like a cheesecake. Yeah, and then Christmas cookie, the November scent of the month, that has a little gingerbread in it too, but it's a little bit along the lines of the gingerbread cheesecake gingerbread. Yeah, but this smells like ginger loaf. But it's so good, so good. Fresh baked gingerbread, vanilla, nutmeg, yeah, nutmeg. A little vanilla, so there could be like a little, just like I said, like the Starbucks that has the vanilla icing on the top. Really good, really strong. This was so strong and so good. I say it was a medium high, and it lasted for quite 2 to 3 days. Just I kept smelling it, because sometimes gingerbread scents will die off pretty fast. This one lasted for quite a while, so this one was so good. Then we have whipped frosting. This one is new, brand new. Whipped butter, frosted vanilla, and golden sugar. So good, really, really good. To me, this is kind of a cross between vanilla bean buttercream and Happy Birthday. It's like those. I don't feel like it's quite as good as Happy Birthday is. I like Happy Birthday just a little bit better. I wish I had a bar of Happy Birthday so I could compare it. And I do, whenever I get my next club order, because I have Happy Birthday in my club, I have to get some more of this, and I want to like melt them side by side or in different rooms and kind of compare them. But this to me is mostly the whipped butter, frosting, vanilla, and golden sugar. It's like the frosting, but then there is a little bit of cake note in here. There's a little bit of cake in here. I feel like there's a little bit more cake in Happy Birthday. Some people say there's a little bit like a marble chocolate thing going on in Happy Birthday, kind of a little bit. There's no anything like that in here, but there is a little bit Happy Birthday, but I feel like there's just a little more cake in there. This is heavier on the frosting, but it's still really good. And there's still a little bit of cake in there. Really nice, really good. I don't know if it's quite as strong as Happy Birthday either, because I feel like Happy Birthday was a little bit stronger for me than this was, but this was a nice medium. A nice medium. Not a high medium, but a medium. And I had it going in the bedroom, and it lasted for like, it's probably like a day to a day and a half maybe on this one. So it's good though. So I want to, yeah, I want some more of those for sure. So those are all really good. It smells just like Sugar Chalet. I mean, it's supposed to be like a gingerbread house. So yeah, you got the gingerbread, you got the, for like the house, you got the gumdrops on there, you got the frosting, exactly what it's supposed to be. Those are all really good. Recommend those all, even though you can't order them on our website unless you go and order it through Scentsy Club on our website. You can create a Scentsy Club and order them that way. It's the only way you can get them now. All right, now lastly, we'll talk about the Scents of the Season collection. Just came out. First up, we'll talk about, and it was in the red velvet bag. Those are still available currently right now. Meant to Be Merry is up first. This was last November's Scent of the Month. We got crushed candy cane, sparkling sugar, and butter cookie. I love this so much. So I warmed this. I did 4 cubes down here in the Scentsy room. Actually, it's still going right now. I can still smell it a little bit, but it's kind of dying off, and I've had it going for quite a few days. So this lasts quite a while. It is crushed candy cane, sugar, and butter cookie. Exactly what it says. It's like a butter cookie, sugar cookie, butter cookie, sugar cookie, and then it's got like maybe either peppermint frosting on it or like crushed candy canes on top of it, or there could be crushed candy cane inside the sugar cookie. It's just got peppermint and cookie basically to me. You just get that nice peppermint sugar cookie. There's sugar. There could maybe be a little vanilla in here too, I feel. Vanilla, peppermint, and cookie. It's so good. It's such a good bakery scent. The cookie's definitely in there, and the peppermint and the sugar, maybe a little vanilla. I love it. It's so good. It lasts really long. It performs really good. Love it. So it's in my club, and it will stay there. I took it out right now because this is currently available, and then before it goes away, I have to remember to put it back in. So I warmed it because I wanted to see if it performed just as good in this collection, and it does. Next up, we have toasted apple butter. This was recently in a Bring Back My Bar. Creamy butter, ripe apples, and rich spices. Really good. I have this going upstairs now in our master bedroom and master bath. So good. It's just mostly butter and rich spices, and then a little apple in there. It's not real heavy on the apple, but the apple is in there, but it's very buttery and spicy. Real rich spices. So you gotta like spices. It's definitely spicy. But it's buttery and then appley. Some people are talking about apple butter frosting it could be similar to. I've heard a lot of people love apple butter frosting. I've never had apple butter frosting, so I couldn't tell you or not if that is similar or not. But this smells good. I like it. Really good. Performs really good. It's been going on for like 3 days now upstairs, and I can still smell it. So that's a good one. I like that. Next up, eggnog. This is returning. It's been out in the past, but I've never had it before. It was out quite a few years back. Nutmeg, rum, and cream. I love this. Love it so much. Yeah, it's so good. So good. This is such a good eggnog scent. I don't think it's 100% spot on eggnog, but it's close. It's getting there. It's close to that, but yeah, it's still good though. I really get that nutmeg, and I really get the rum in there too, along with that cream. The rum is really good in here, so you have to be okay with like boozy scents because it's definitely rum. It's definitely an alcohol rum nut in here with that cream rum note in here with the cream and the nutmeg. But it's so good. Some people said they get like white chocolate from this. I could see that maybe, but there's no rum or nutmeg in white chocolate though. I don't think it's exactly like white chocolate, but it might have elements of white chocolate in there, but for sure there's rum and nutmeg in there. And it's so good. When I have this going, I first put it in our master bedroom, master bath, and at first it was a little light. I'm like, okay. I thought maybe I wasn't going to be able to smell it because I wasn't smelling anything for a little bit at first, but then when it kicked in after an hour or so, I went back in the bedroom and I'm like, oh my God, it smells amazing in here. And then it just kept getting better. And this lingered on. The second day, I thought I didn't smell it, but then I went back in the bedroom and then I smelled it. I'm like, okay, now I smell it. And then even to the third day, I kept smelling it linger on, like a nice creamy, nutmeggy. The alcohol arominess died down after the first day, but then you left this kind of creamy, nutmeggy thing going on, and I loved it. Love that one. Next we have Merry Wonderland. This is brand new. The last two are brand new. Pink Apple, Clove, Sparkling Spruce. So if you saw our first sniffs, I didn't know about this on cold. There was something in here I thought, I don't know if I loved it so much. It wasn't my favorite. Even now on cold, I don't love it on cold. But when I warm it, I loved it. I loved this so much when I warmed it. It totally transforms. When you warm it, if you're not sure about this on cold, throw it in your warmers. It's so much better. This comes alive in the warmers. So Pink Apple, Clove, and Sparkling Spruce. I got mostly the Sparkling Spruce. Mostly that spruce. I don't know what they mean by sparkling. Some people thought maybe they mean like effervescent type of a thing because it's a sparkling. I don't really know if I don't think I get effervescent anything in here, really. I mean, kind of maybe there could be some of a little bit of, yeah, maybe there is a little bit of a sparkling thing going on here. Now that I'm smelling it again, I don't know, but it is a tree scent. But there's a little bit of apple in there. It's not a lot of apple, just a little bit of apple in the background. And then the clove is in there a little bit. It's nice though. I really like it. I like the mixture. It's different. It's very different. It's not like pure tree or anything, and then it's not like your regular apple and clove. It's just pretty. It's really pretty. But it's not perfumey or anything, really, I don't think. It's just a real pretty Christmas scent, I think. It just gave me Christmas vibes. I felt like it was really, it gave me Christmas time vibes. It was not like too much tree, but the other notes were just real nice in there, really nice, and it was really strong in my open concept. I had 2 bars because, well actually I have 3 bars because I got 2 sets of these, but then I got another bar in the whiff box. So I thought, let me just do 2 bars in the open concept between my kitchen and my living room. It performed amazing. This is perfect for the open concept. So if you want a good open concept, this is one. This is it. It's just so good in there. And it lasted for a good couple days in open concept. So I really like that. I end up really liking that one. Then lastly we have Cheery Cherry. This is brand new. Candied cherry, spiced amber, smoked marshmallow, and blackberry. So I like this scent. It is really nice. So it's black. I don't get a lot of blackberry. On cold, I think I get more blackberry than I did on warm, but the smoked marshmallow definitely is in there, and there is cherry. I think that's the most I get is cherry and marshmallow, smoked marshmallow. Spiced amber, that is in there too, because it kind of gives it a little bit of a perfuminess. There's a little bit of a kind of a perfumey thing going on here. Like a smoky toasted marshmallow perfumey, a little bit of a scent. Yeah, amber. It's not a real strong cherry, it's just a candy light cherry. Underneath that smoked marshmallow and an amber in there. But when warming, I didn't get much blackberry though. So when I warmed it, I put it in my open concept because I thought, let me try the 2 bars I had from the 2 sets and put it in my open concept. I don't normally do that when I try something new because if it's light in the open concept, sometimes if it's really light in your open concept, you could try it in your bedroom or a smaller room and it'll be amazing. So usually I just try it out for the first time in the bedroom. And then like if it was really strong in the bedroom, then I'll like, okay, it should perform okay in the open concept. But if it's like really light or on the lighter side in the bedroom, I'll be like, okay, it's probably not gonna do very good in the open concept. But I tried this in the open concept for the first time and it was pretty light at first. Like I'm not getting anything that much. I can kind of smell it, but it's just really light. I could get the little bit of that cherry, a little bit of the smoked marshmallow, all the stuff I just talked about. I got it, but it was just really light. So I was like, I probably should have put this in the bedroom instead of the open concept. So the next day, I took 2 of the warmers I had in my open concept and I took them to my bedroom, master bedroom. I turned them on in there, and then I still wasn't getting much in there. I'm like, it's not very strong in here either. So I was like, okay, it's not very good in the bedroom or in the open concept. So I was a little disappointed with it. But a little bit that I could smell that I liked, but it's just really light. So then today, that was yesterday. Or no, that was actually Thursday. And yesterday was Friday. I was gone most of the day yesterday at work, and then I went to my mom's house yesterday, so I didn't turn them on until I got home later at night. Or actually, they were on when we were gone, and I came back home last night from my mom's house, and I came in the house and I could smell it. And I'm like, oh, I could smell it in here. It smells really nice now. It wasn't strong by any means, but it was a light scent, but I could smell it almost a little bit to the light medium mark. And then today when I turned my warmers on, I can smell it again. I'm like, why am I smelling it more now than I could at first, which is usually complete opposite. Usually you smell it more at first and then it'll die down. But this one, I didn't smell it so much at first, but then like the second day and stuff, I'm smelling it more. At a light intensity, like I said, it's still like a light to light medium. But it actually smells nice and it's pretty. So yeah, pretty good. I like that one. It was nice. Could be a little bit stronger, but we'll see. I don't know why I couldn't smell it when I put it in the bedroom, but I'm starting to smell it more on the second day in the open concept. So if I wanted to rate the Scents of the Season collection, my favorite still is going to be number one. It's going to be Meant to Be Merry. I'm going to go opposite, go my favorite to least favorite. Meant to Be Merry still is my favorite. I still love that one. Performs great. That's still my favorite. Number two, Eggnog. I almost put this in number one because I really, really like this one. But Meant to Be Merry has got to be number one still for me. But this is so good. I want more of this. Definitely for sure. Number three, Merry Wonderland. That's shocking because this was my number five on Coolsness, but it just came to life on warm and I ended up really liking that. Can't wait to warm that again, but I'll have to get more because I already went through those 2 bars I had. And then number four is Toasted Apple Butter. I still really like this one. It's really good, really spicy, really good, buttery, little apple. I like it. And then number five is Cherry Cherry. Only because it was a little bit on the lighter side. If it was a little bit stronger than it was, even though I started smelling it more on the second day, like I said, I think if it was just a little bit stronger overall, I probably would have liked it a little bit better. I don't know if I would have put it above Toasted Apple Butter though, because I just really like Toasted Apple Butter. So even if it was a little bit stronger, I still think I maybe would put it in number five. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It's just, I like the other ones just better. So yeah, but it was nice. Just wish it was a touch stronger. So that is the Scents of the Season collection. Overall, I think they're really good this year. I liked all of them. You know, I just wish that Cherry Cherry was just a little bit stronger, but I like them all. So as far as club bars, oh gosh, you know guys, the ones I kind of want to put in my club, Eggnog, Gingerbread Hugs, and Whipped Frosting. These three for sure I want to put in my club. I thought about Goody Goody Gumdrops, but I just can't. I can't put everything in my club. I can't. It's getting too big, so I don't think I want to get more of this, but I can't put it in my club. I might just do another club order to get more and then take it out. I mean, I'm going to have to order more of these through club anyway because none of them are available separately except through Scentsy Club. So, but these three here, the Eggnog, Whipped Frosting, and the Gingerbread Hugs, I'm probably going to put in my club, but you guys, it's getting so hard because there's so much stuff I want to put in my club. I can't put everything in my club. I'm gonna have to take some stuff out because it's getting too big. The struggle is real here. Okay guys, I wanted to add this on here. So I finished warming the Wicked bar, the Emerald City, Wicked Emerald City from the Wicked collection. So I thought I'd add this on here. While I was editing the video, I realized I could add this on here and let you know how it performed when it warmed. So the notes on Wicked Emerald City are fruit brandy, cranberries, and mulled spices, and it's in the spice category. Fragrance family. So this is nice. I would say when warming, I get the mulled spices, but I get the cranberries too. But there's something else a little different about it. It's not, so the mulled spices and cranberries, you might think that is kind of holiday, it's kind of Christmassy, but it's not like full on holiday Christmas. I'm thinking something about that fruit brandy. It's a little bit fruitier, but I don't know about the brandy. It says fruit brandy. Sorry if you hear Brad's doing hair next door, so that's where you hear the people. It's right next door outside this room here. So anyway, as far as brandy, I don't think I get like a boozy note for like the brandy, but I do get a fruitiness. But there's something else that maybe is the brandy that I don't know that I 100% love. It was okay, it was nice. It was like a medium, a good strong medium. I could totally smell it in the bedroom. And I warmed it down here also in the Scentsy room, and I could smell it down here. Warmed it upstairs, tried in the bedroom, did good in there too. It's going on the third day. It's finally dying down on the third day, but I don't leave them on all day. I leave them on just the evenings. So it's probably about 6 hours or so in the evening, 6 to 7 hours. So it's going on the third day of leaving them on for 6 to 7 hours, as opposed to like all day long. Yeah, so it's nice. It's not a complete love, but it's nice. So I wanted to compare it to some other ones we have. We have Wrapped in Lights, the Holiday Bricks, which is sparkling lemon, pomegranate, and mulled spices. So they both have mulled spices. Yeah, I definitely get the mulled spice that's in here as well, but this definitely has that pomegranate and lemon. I don't get a lot of lemon though. I said before I did get a lot of lemon. Definitely get the pomegranate though. But there's almost like a tree note in here. It doesn't say that, but there's some kind of tree thing going on in here. And this is definitely more Christmassy than this is, and I like this better. So there's that one. And then we have Holiday Market from the holiday collection, which is pink grapefruit, pomegranate juice, and allspice. So we have pomegranate, like in Wrapped in Lights, but then you have grapefruit and then allspice instead of mulled spices. This was my favorite. Out of all of them, this is my favorite, so I love Holiday Market so much. So I get the pomegranate, just like Wrapped in Lights, but then you have grapefruit, just a little bit of grapefruit. There's not a lot of grapefruit in here. But the allspice is amazing in here. I just love allspice. Allspice is different than mulled spices. There's something, I don't know exactly what is in allspice that I love so much, but anything that has allspice, I love so much. Yeah, but I love mulled spices too. But this one is so good with that allspice. I don't think this one's really that much like this though, because that allspice is different than the mulled spices. But I think it's just that fruit brandy. The fruit brandy note is just giving it, it's a little different. It's okay, but I just didn't love it. I think it was Tammy. Tammy Tolbert had commented on Facebook group I'm in. I think it's Martha's Fragrance Corner. She commented about this bar. She said she liked it on cold sniff, and then when she warmed it, she got like a holiday soap, and she didn't like it. So before I came down here, I was upstairs, and I thought, let me smell it over the warmer to get a good last hint of what it smells like before I do this review. And I totally got what she's talking about. When I didn't really get that in the room, but when I put my nose over the warmer, I kind of got like a little bit of a soapy thing going on. And I think that's a little bit of what it was in the room that made me not love it a lot. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And it might be that fruit brandy, that it's really soapy when I smelled it over the warmer. But like I said, when out in the room, it wasn't quite as soapy, but there was still something in it that made me not love it as much as like Holiday Market or like even mulled or Wrapped in Lights. So yeah, it was nice, okay, just probably not a repurchase for me. If you love like mulled spices and things like that, spicy scents, I would say it's worth trying out because you may like it. You may really like it, but I think it's just something about that fruit brandy note in there that just wasn't complete love for me. Plus it's a licensed collection bar and it's $7, so it's more expensive. So yeah, not a repurchase for me, but I enjoyed it when it was warming. But yeah, so that's my warm reviews of all the recent collections. I'm gonna go ahead and go because my battery's blinking right now. So thanks for watching. These are all available on our website right now, except for the ones that you can only, well, they all are, but a lot of these you can only get through Scentsy Club. But you can get them if you create a Scentsy Club and order them that way. Oh, except for the Snowflakes and Sage. That's not available till December 1st. All right, so thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in our next video. Bye.